DreAllDay.com.
I'm Lady 30, and today I want to talk about staying ready. I want to talk about staying ready. All of you have heard the cliche that if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. All y'all have heard that before, right? I'm going to give you a couple of tips on how you can make sure you stay ready in your life for whatever it is that you're doing, because what I'm going to give you right here, thank you. You saw my website, I appreciate that. We about to make that website even better. So if you like it now, watch what we do. But I'm going to give you some tips right now that you can use. I don't care what industry you're in, whether you're male or female, whether you're in school, whether you got a job, you don't got a job, you run a business, it doesn't matter. I'm going to give you some things that'll help you stay ready, because everything I'm going to give you right now is for your mental game. This is all mentally, how you can mentally stay ready. And we all know that if y'all stay mentally ready in what you're doing in life, then you can do anything physically. So let's get right into it. Now, my background is in sports. Now, I told you I played basketball. Y'all, and somebody just asked Warriors versus Cavs. So look. You ever watch a basketball game, right, and it's the playoffs or maybe even a regular season game, and you get to a situation where some player that don't really play that much gets in the game. Let's say somebody got hurt, there's a technical foul, somebody fouled out, and some guy comes off the bench and he starts scoring all these points and making all these shots, and everybody's looking at it like, yo, that's crazy. How is this dude who sits on the bench all season? You know when y'all watch basketball games, the guy who's sitting on the end of the bench and he be waving the towel, or he be having a suit on, he don't even put his uniform on. But then one random game, this dude just gets in and scores 20, 30 points and helps his team win, and everybody's like, yo, where did this dude come from? He sit on the bench all year, but then he comes in and has a good game. Y'all have seen that before, right? That happens in football, baseball, basketball, every sport. Number one thing you have to understand is that the guy sitting on the bench is still a professional. When you're sitting on the bench in your life, in your business, in your sport, in your school, whatever it is you're doing, when you're sitting on the bench, you got to keep your mind ready to go. If you ever read or listen to an interview or read a post or a book written by a guy who didn't play that much when he played basketball, because I read from basketball players because I played basketball. You know what happens? They'll always talk about that. They talk about how they made themselves stay on point mentally, so if their chance ever came, they was ready to get in the game. Physically is easy because you got to go to practice every day. You got to do all these drills and work out. The physical part is taken care of. You got to do it to be on the team, to have a job. But the mental part, you got to act like that player sitting on the end of the bench, even if you're at the end of the bench in your business. Let's say you're in the mail room at your job, or you ain't getting no responsibilities at your work. Nobody trusts you to do anything. You got to stay mentally ready. That's number one. Number two thing that you have to do is you got to treat your life and you got to treat yourself as you are a business. And I'm going to give you a simple analogy for this. See, what happens sometimes when people sitting at the end of the bench, again, figuratively speaking, I hear from athletes, they say, yo, Dre, I'm sitting at the end of the bench. I don't get in the game. I don't get no playing time. My teammates don't give me the ball. And I don't feel like, I'm not feeling it mentally right now. That happens to athletes all the time. What you have to understand is that you got to treat yourself and your life like a business. So let me give you a simple analogy for those of you who think that you're at the end of the bench not getting in the game right now. Let's say you ran a business, right? You ran a business and your business sold 100 widgets per month. Let's say you sold cell phones. You used to selling 100 cell phones a month. Every month people come in, you sell 100 cell phones. Then one month, for whatever reason, things slow down, you only sell 10 cell phones that month. You only sell 10 cell phones in the month of, what month is it? May. So the month of May, you only sold 10 when you used to selling 100 every single month. So you feeling kind of pissed off, like, damn, I lost 90% of my customers. I lost 90% of my money. Ain't nobody coming in here. What the hell is going on? And this is the same play with the player sitting at the end of the bench. You used to play a lot. Now you're not playing at all. So let me ask you a question. If you run a cell phone store that used to sell 100, but you only sell 10 this month, are you going to tell that customer, that 10th customer who walks in the store, they say, yo, I want to buy a phone. Are you going to say, well, I don't feel like it because I used to sell 100 and I only sold 10 so far. You would be number 10, so I don't want to sell nothing to you. Or you know what, I'm not opening my business today because I only sold 10 cell phones in the month of May. Or you know what, Dre, I don't want your money for this new iPhone you want to buy because I'm used to selling 100 but I only sold 10. Would you do that? Of course you wouldn't do that, because when you're running a business, every single customer matters. Every single minute matters. If you make $1 and you're used to making $1,000 a month, but you only made $1, of course you're going to take the money. Why? Because you are a business person, and a professional shows up and does their job every single day, no matter what. No matter what's going on in their mind, no matter what's going on outside, a professional shows up and does their job. So even when everything has fell down to 1% of what it used to be, you're still supposed to deliver if you are a professional, if you want to stay ready for what it is that you're doing in life. Now here's the number 3 thing you got to understand. Number 3 thing that you have to understand is that a professional stays mentally ready for any opportunity. A professional stays ready for any opportunity, and the way that they do it is you need to start conducting yourself. When you are the person sitting at the end of the bench, you need to prepare, even if you are sitting at the end of the bench, prepare as if you're the starter who's supposed to score all the points. Prepare as if your business is going to sell 10,000 phones this month, even if it only sold 10 last month when you were used to selling 1,000. You need to prepare as if you're the number one guy who's about to start, and everyone's expecting you to dominate to win the championship. It's just like in football. Y'all know in the NFL, you got the starting quarterback who usually plays like every snap of every game unless it's a blowout or he gets hurt. And if the quarterback don't get hurt, then the backup quarterback's never getting the game. So the second string quarterback and the third string quarterback, if you ever listen to them talk, the ones who stick around for a long time, they all say the same thing. Look, I prepare for every game as if I'm the starter. I prepare as if I'm going to be starting and the team's depending on me to win us the football game. Even if they're not getting in the game, they could go 3 weeks straight and not get in the game. Can you imagine that? Can you go 3 weeks straight, prepare every game as if you the man and not even get in the game, and then in week number 4 when they need you, you ready to deliver? Do you prepare that way? Are you prepared every single time, every game, every day, every practice, every time a customer walks into your business, every time somebody calls your phone, sends you an email? Are you prepared every single time as if you are the man or the woman, whatever the situation may be? That backup person who stays in the league, y'all know those backup quarterbacks in the NFL, they just seem to be in the league forever. They never really got a chance to be the number one guy, but they have like a 12-year career as a backup quarterback. And how do they do that? They could go 8 of those 12 seasons not playing more than like 2 games all season, right? They don't get no snaps. They don't get no press. Nobody says nothing to them because everybody's looking at the star guy. But guess what? They ready every week. That's why they keep getting the job every year. Like, yo, you didn't even play. How you go a whole year and not even play in no games, but then the next year somebody signs you to a contract? Why is that? Because they're professionals, because they show up every day in practice. They get ready for the game as if they're the number one guy in the Super Bowl. They show up and they're prepared every single time. So let me recap the 3 points I gave to y'all this morning. Number 1, even if you're the guy at the end of the bench and things are not going your way, you got to be ready, the same way the professionals are that you watch on TV. Number 2, treat your life and yourself like a business. So even if you're not getting in the game right now in your sport or in your business, treat it just like if you were selling cell phones. If you sold 1,000 cell phones a month and this month you only sold 1 cell phone, you're not going to be an asshole to that one customer, are you? Hell no. You're going to be very good to that one customer because that one customer might bring a second customer. So treat your life like a business. And number 3, you got to prepare yourself as if you're going to be the starter even if you don't even get in the games. You could be the last name on the depth chart. You need to prepare as if you're the all-star MVP guy with the max contract every single day and be ready to perform at that level mentally, because when your chance comes, if you ain't ready, guess what? You ain't going to get another one. Everybody, my name is Dre Baldwin. For those of you who don't know me, I will take 1 or 2 questions right here if anybody got them. I got a podcast called Work on Your Game. My website is called DreAllDay.com. If any of y'all got Snapchat, I'm on Snapchat at Dre Baldwin. How much am I selling phones for? I don't sell phones. That was a metaphor. I think you know that. I got a podcast called Work on Your Game. My Snapchat is at Dre Baldwin. My Eastern Conference Finals preview is coming out Tuesday. My Western Conference Finals preview will be out like any minute now. What time is it right now? Eastern time. My video is coming out at 12 o'clock noon on YouTube. And if you follow me on Twitter at DreAllDay, you'll see the link. I'm going to post it as soon as it drops. It's dropping at 12 o'clock noon Eastern today. My Western Conference Finals, that's OKC against Golden State. And tomorrow my prediction / preview of Cleveland versus Toronto will be dropping also on YouTube. So Snapchat is at Dre Baldwin. My podcast called Work on Your Game. And I'm going to tell you where you can find everything in one place so you don't got to remember it. My website is called DreAllDay.com. DreAllDay.com is my website. That's where you can find my email, how you can set up a call with me, coaching inquiries, all my basketball background, all the stuff that I've written to help players out and help business people out. All of it's there on my website. All the links to my books. I got books on Amazon and iBooks. They all on there too. Everybody, y'all know where to find me. I expect to hear from you. Hit me up. Y'all got my courses online too on my website. Everything's there. I got a lot of stuff. I can't even explain it all, but it's all there. Go to DreAllDay.com. Hit me on Snap. Hit me on Twitter. Y'all have a great Monday. Work on your game. Dre all day. What could you not do with more confidence? Less attention to the negativity of other people. More focus on your goals than nothing else, and not letting unfortunate circumstances slow you down. Would all of those help you out? Well, go to DreAllDay.com/bulletproof. Check out my new 8-week course called Bulletproof Mindset. Get started, and I'll see you over there. Work on you. If you're on Snapchat, hit me on the Snap. My Snap name is at Dre Baldwin. You already know how that works. And I got a podcast, if you didn't know. It is called Work on Your Game. It is an everyday podcast where I talk about getting yourself into the right mindset, that bulletproof mindset. Getting yourself seen, heard, known, getting the exposure you want, and making things happen in your life instead of waiting for things to happen to or for you. Subscribe to that podcast. We're on iTunes, SoundCloud, and Stitcher. Make sure you check it every single day. Make sure you're subscribed so you catch the heat. Work on your game.
Dre Baldwin. I feel like Dre Baldwin. I feel like Dre Baldwin. I'm ballin'.